This is my mom,
Gina, and this is my son,
Alex,
and we're coming to you
from the sidelines.
So this is episode 2 on our series of me becoming or choosing a team, which has been chosen. I am now, for the 2025-2026 season, a Tennessee Titans fan, and I have chosen Eddie George as my official jersey for the season, and I wanted to pick a player that was kind of around for both the Oilers era and the Titans era. So this episode we're going to chat a little bit about happenings in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And schedule releases got released a couple days ago.
Yeah, specifically the schedule releases.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go over Oilers history.
So,
when they merged into the NFL to whenever they became the Titans.
Okay, yeah. So we decided to break up the history. So again, I'm making sure I know the history of my team. I can't come in blindly. I need to know some key players, some key facts, some historical events. And in order to do that, we decided to break it up as Oilers era versus Titans era. And so that's how we broke up the research. So that's what we're going to kind of go through. We have a list of some facts. I wrote some things down, more than 2 lines this time. And he has a 7-page Google Doc. 6-page Google Doc of facts. So he...
I did more work than you.
He did more work than I did, but I'm pretty happy with the things that I looked up. And I'm not sure how much of those 6 pages we're going to get through, baby. But
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So let's talk about the first thing is the schedule releases. Okay. So on Wednesday, right? Yeah, it was Wednesday. Wednesday they released the schedule.
Yes, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, and so and of course the NFL teams try to get a little creative. And so the Oilers, the Oilers, dang, I've been doing history for the teams. The Titans, did you see their release?
I did not.
Oh, okay. There's just like a medication, like I'm gonna say Skyrizi. I don't know why that pops in my head. I want to say it was similar to Skyrizi, and they just they were like, "Are you suffering from withdrawal?"
Which one was your favorite?
My favorite, I really liked the the Giants. I know I'm not allowed to say that. There's certain things in this house I've learned I'm not supposed to like. And being the Eagles and the Giants. And because of the division. But I've liked all of them for different reasons at this point. I keep disappointing my family every time. And disappointing him. And so I did enjoy the Giants schedule release. It was reality TV contestants, and it was like the person would like portray the team as a person or whatever and I thought it was pretty creative and fun.
My favorite was the Chargers.
The Chargers. Okay.
They did like a little Minecraft one, and you had to know a lot to understand all the like little details they put in there. So I spent like a solid 20 minutes the other night pausing it and explaining every little detail to her.
Yeah, because it was just like there was so many little things. Like I guess it is pretty good because they did fit in tons from most of them were last season facts, right? So they fit in tons of last season tidbits in theirs, but they were you had to like really look for them. And so, but the ones that he pointed out that I knew of, I was like, oh, okay, that's creative, that's cute. The Colts was pretty funny, only because they had to take it down.
For legal reasons.
For legal reasons, they had to remove it. So that was interesting. They really went out on the edge there. The Buffalo one was it was just nostalgic to people who are older like me, because I don't know if you saw
I
it.
did not see it.
That one they called Josh, like somebody calls Josh Allen. They're like, we need to come up with this, and he said, just get AI to do it, right? And so, what do you think of when they say AI to do it?
Allen Iverson.
Oh, you think Allen Iverson?
Well,
Or you just know because of I said nostalgia?
Yeah, initially, like if I saw it initially, I would think AI, but because you're talking about nostalgia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they had Allen Iverson do it, which he is a Cowboys fan. So at the end of the episode, they ask, or they ask him to say "Go Bills," and he doesn't. He says, "I won't say Go Josh Allen," and he did not say "Go Bills." He is a Cowboys fan, and he refused to give a Go Bills. But you're gonna go cheer Tennessee on. We were wearing you can't wear that to the game.
More that's the game.
Okay, so we did pick out the game we're going to. I feel it's a fun one. It's going to be the number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick, which is going to be right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to be going. Him and I will be traveling to Tennessee to see the Titans take on the Jags. The weekend after Thanksgiving, and so it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a little mom-son trip. He'll get to what? Why are you thinking so hard?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
What are you thinking so hard?
Nothing, I'll talk to you later.
I don't have to cancel anything, do I?
Is that the same week the Cowboys played Denver?
I don't think so, because the Cowboys play the. Oh no, the Cowboys play the Chiefs on Christmas.
Later.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just. Well, this is a.
All right.
After this.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm real excited about it. It's gonna be super fun, unless this guy just ruined it for me. But
Okay.
I guess we'll see. Anyway, so that's the little
NFL. Cowboys got George Pickens.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's
I
gonna
will
be.
know.
I had to stop and think about that one because I was like, I go, does George Pickens play defense? Because I knew I had him on my fantasy team at some point, but I also knew I saw him tackling people all the time, and so I was really confused about.
He's just a very aggressive person.
I was really confused about his position because I didn't know a receiver.
Yes. He's a receiver.
It tackles as often as I feel I saw George Pickens tackling.
Well, a lot of the times he was tackling after the whistle.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know if Titans have any updates.
No, I don't think they've done anything, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Nothing notable.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready for the season.
Maybe.
Well, we got me. That's the update is that I have my.
You're geared out?
I'm geared out. I got my Titans earrings. I got my Titans friendship bracelets.
You got your
And
Eddie George.
my Eddie George jersey. I have my Titans tickets, hopefully. And I'm ready to go. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is Oilers history. So he had no idea that the Tennessee Titans were actually originated from Texas. I think I had cut that out of our first podcast, which I should have.
I thought I knew that.
No, because when I said it's a Texas team, and you were like, what? And I was like, yeah, they were the Houston Oilers. And you went to your computer and started Googling to double check me to make sure I was right about it. And
what is you?
well, I'm your mom. You're so tough. Got him. Okay. All right. Anyway. I hope you're not being loud drinking that. There's a microphone. Whoever's hearing this. If anybody has, I'm sorry. I apologize for all the noises that come out of that guy. I tried my best.
Okay, so how did you organize your notes?
No, in no way
No order at all?
whatsoever. I just wrote things that I found were
Could you want me to? Okay, well, I organized mine from decade to decade.
Oh,
So
okay. So you think I should just chime in?
Chime in with whatever facts you have.
All right. Most of mine are probably from their general. One of the things I wrote. So one of the things I thought was interesting. They're just things I thought were interesting. One is I didn't know that little symbol on the Oilers helmet is called an oil derrick. Did you know that?
The oil tower?
It's not an oil tower. It's an oil derrick.
Oh, I didn't know it was an oil derrick.
Okay. Well, see, I found that kind of. I was like, okay. I feel like as a Texan,
No, I thought it was like an oil rig.
As a Texan, I felt no, an oil rig's the ones that go like that, right? No, an oil rig is.
Isn't that like in the ocean?
That's what I was just gonna say. Anyway, as a Texan,
oil talk.
I felt responsible for knowing that it was an oil derrick. Okay. Anyway, that's just the first one. So they were the Houston Oilers from 1960 to 1996, but they were not an NFL team until
1969.
1969. So not until close to the 70s. So as an AFL team, they did some things.
Yeah, well, we don't count that. This is NFL history, not AFL history.
As an AFL team, not so much happening. But I did start feeling a little
bad.
Yeah, I just started feeling like there wasn't.
They sucked.
They're not that great of a team. So I give props to all the fans that have stuck through them through thick and thin. Which I don't think they have the same fan base as when they were the Oilers because. Houston got the Texans. And so I did talk to several of my Houston friends to see their opinion on if they followed them. And they did say, like, most of them said, yeah, I followed them the first few years when they were the when they were the Tennessee Oilers for 2 years and then became Titans. And he said he followed them for a while, but then they got the Texans. So there was just really no reason to
root for a Tennessee team.
When you have a Texans. And so they kind of just dropped them. And I think attendance was poor in Houston anyway when they were there. So the one friend I do have that followed them through, which I would like to know if there's more than that. If there's other people who followed them through from Oilers to Titans.
Houston to Tennessee.
Yeah, if there's people that stuck it out. So my one friend, he stuck it out. That's the only one I know. Other people I knew that were Oilers fans, they're now Texans fans. So I'd be interested to know how you went.
How's life?
How'd it go? How'd it go?
Is it as miserable as it sounds?
So, no, we're not talking Texans here, but would it be better? Like, have the Texans been any better than what the Oilers been?
JJ Watt.
Oh, okay.
JJ Watt was good, and Deshaun Watson was good before the incident.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was all right.
He was really good before the incident.
Yeah,
but he's So.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about what you got, since you have yours in order and mine's just random, not much.
Okay. So yeah, they joined the NFL-AFL merger in 1969. For the first 4 years, they had 4 consecutive losing seasons. Mm-hmm. So they sucked.
Yeah,
for the first 4 years. In 1974, their 5th season, it had gotten so bad that the general manager had to step down to be the head coach for that season.
Oh.
And they ended up going 500. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember 7-7 or like 6.
What the season was?
I don't know how long the season was.
Oh, okay.
But they went 500 with the GM.
Oh, okay. So see, maybe if the Cowboys got Jerry Jones to coach them, things might.
I just hope he has a heart attack on the sideline. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to express my hatred on this podcast.
Yes. All right, go next. But I don't have anything. I don't have anything related to that time period in my notes.
No, when did your notes start?
They're random. Okay. They're very random.
But yeah, so GM stepped down. They went 500, and they hired. They promoted their defensive coordinator Bum Phillips to to the head coach 1975. I believe he was a championship or a Hall of Fame head coach. Bum Phillips. Let me make sure. Let me fact check myself. No.
Okay, he's in the Tennessee's Ring of Honor,
and he's
the
in
Titans
the
Ring
Texas
of.
Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did try to look up Hall of Fame Oilers Titans. I don't think they exist. I'm pretty sure there's none.
What do you mean?
Like, they're all in they're like in the Titans Hall of Fame or the Oilers Hall of Fame or whatever. But there's none that are in the actual NFL Hall of Fame. If I might be wrong, but I want to say I tried to find a list of players that had made that big of an impact in the NFL, and at this moment there's not one. We can fact check myself on that, but I feel like I would have wrote that down if I found them.
Like 4.
What, that are in the Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame?
Billy Johnson, first team All-Pro, second team All-Pro, 3 Pro Bowls.
But not in the Hall of Fame. NFL Hall of Fame? They're in the Ring of Honor.
Earl Campbell has to be in the Hall of Fame.
I have Earl Campbell on my list of things because he led them to their first playoff appearance in 1978. But oh, he is.
Into both, and okay, yeah, he is.
Okay, he is. Okay. So Earl Campbell, he was a running back, and he did lead them to their first playoff appearance in 1978. So, good job, Earl.
But yeah, Bum Phillips was able to take them. In his first season, he went 10-4.
Oh, that's good.
He went 10-4, but they did not make the playoffs.
Man, if we win 10 games this season, that'd be great.
I'm really happy about that. But yeah, next season, injuries derailed 5-9, 1976. 1977, they went 8-6. And then 1978 is when I believe they drafted Earl Campbell.
Okay. Yeah, 1978. So they went to the playoffs his first year. Okay.
But yeah, they had Elvis Bethia.
I think I saw the name, and I don't think I cared too much.
Oh well, he was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2003.
Okay. So
they retired his number. 2-time second team All-Pro, Titans Ring of Honor. Then they had Billy Johnson. Billy
Johnson, that's the one you sent me.
That's right, yeah, Billy Johnson, I sent her. So I have all this stuff here. He was first team All-Pro, second team All-Pro, 70s, 80s, decades team.
Then we can laugh about you.
Titans Ring of Honor, and he was a 2-time first team Little All-American. And so when I read Little All-American, right, you think All-American is like best college player, right? And I'm like, Little All-American. So he was tiny. And so I looked at his height and weight, and he was 5'9", 170. I'm 5'8", 210.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, Little All-American's tiny person. So I messaged her, and I was like, he was a Little All-American. He was small.
Yeah, so I read his message, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not what that is. And so it turns out Little All-American is that they're from a small college. So what I did write some facts off this. What I did to show that Billy Johnson, 2 times Little All-American, he was really the best small college player for 2 years. So in a smaller college, he got.
But he was also small.
But here are some people who are smaller. Barry Sanders was 5'8". Smaller. You could have and that's so people who are small, like, you have a chance. Work hard. Deuce Vaughn is 5'5". tiny man. I think Turpin was also short, but he's tiny. I think he only weighs 180 or something like that. It's crazy. And then Singletary is 5'7". I was trying to list only players I've kind of heard about. And so there are smaller people. Now, were they all Americans? No, but are they little?
Are they little All-American?
They're not little. So then I went through and I named some of the best small college players because that's really what the award was about. So it wasn't about...
I still think it would have been cooler if it was actually small people.
So to just go through Walter Payton, Terry Bradshaw, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, Khalil Mack, and our Oilers, Titans quarterback, Steve McNair, all played for colleges that were considered small colleges. So I feel like any of them could have been a little American as well, even though they are taller than 5'9". But it's okay. He just missed the detail.
I was speed reading. But yeah, then we also have Earl Campbell in here. He was the 1979 MVP, 3-time Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time First Team All-Pro.
Who are we talking about?
Earl Campbell.
Oh, Earl Campbell.
Best power back in NFL history.
Yes.
1970s team. He played 7 seasons with the Oilers and 1 season with the Saints, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Bunch of other awards in there.
He was a Longhorn?
Yes, he was a Longhorn.
Yeah.
So whenever they did have their playoff success with Earl Campbell, their quarterback was Dan Pastorini. He is a Super Bowl champion with the Raiders after he left the Oilers. He won a Super Bowl. He was also a second team Little All-American.
So he was small, little too? How tall was he?
I don't know. He hasn't been tall for a quarterback.
He has to see over people.
And then I also have Bruce Matthews. 7-time First Team All-Pro. 14 Pro Bowls. Yeah. Oh yeah, and NFL record for the most career starts with 1 team.
That's
293 with the Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans, and Tennessee
and that's
Oilers.
Bruce Matthews.
Yes.
Okay. A lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the same with 1 team, even though they went through 3.
They went through 3 different
name changes, but yes, 1 franchise.
1 franchise.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And during their
I practiced for this one.
So during their short 5-year span of playoff success, there was known as the Love Ya Blue era.
Yes, the Love Ya Blue era is when they were trying to get the spirit of like college football in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And so I did work really hard to practice this. Are we gonna get some background music?
Yes. Okay. What is it?
It's the Houston Oilers fight song.
Oh.
Did you pick the wrong one? Oh. Look out, football, here we come. Houston Oilers #1. Houston has the Oilers, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. And we're in the air, we're on the ground, always in control. And when you say the Oilers, you're talking Super Bowl. Houston Oilers, Houston Oilers, Houston Oilers #1. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Okay, that's enough. Anyway, I practiced that. I like a good fight song. I like college football because the spirit's different. So I appreciate the Love Ya Blue era, trying to make professional football a little more, the environment of a college football game, because you really can't compare the two. I feel like when you go to a college game, the atmosphere is a little different than NFL. Yeah, lively. You have the singing, the chanting, we go to A&M games and we hump it all over the place. And you're not going to have that in a football team. But I like that they had a song. It made me happy.
So 1970s, you had some success. 1980s, not so much. They traded their quarterback to the Raiders, where he won a Super Bowl. The Oilers started out okay in the 1980s, but eventually they fell apart.
So was the 80s their worst time?
I would say compared to the 70s, it was worse.
And then the 90s, they got a little fun, right?
Well, they had Warren Moon in the 80s.
Warren Moon.
Mm-hmm. Warren Moon was there.
I did write about Warren. Oh, no. Warren Moon was in... He was still in the 90s, though, wasn't he?
In 1984, the Oilers won the bidding war for Warren Moon.
Okay.
So, yeah, he joined mid-80s. Not too much success, but was just, an overall good player.
How long did he stay with them?
I believe he stayed... I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But yeah, so...
Because wasn't he around for the choke?
The comeback? Or they call it the comeback from...
The choke.
The choke.
As a Oilers fan, I believe it was a choke.
Yes. So from 84 to 93.
Oh, okay. That was his last year with them.
No, so his last year was the choke.
The last year with the Oilers was the choke.
To the Denver Broncos.
Yes. So I did write about that because I did write, as the Oilers, they did not ever make it to the Super Bowl.
No, they made it to 2 AFC championships in the 1970s. Fell short. And then...
They did make 10 playoff appearances. 2 AFC championships, but never once made it past that to go to the Super Bowl.
And then the choke was in the divisional round before, right? The AFC championship, I believe.
I think so. It was before 2 years ago when Kirk Cousins came and did his thing. It was the greatest comeback ever in the NFL, with the Bills coming back after being down 3-35. So Oilers were up by 32 points and at the half, I believe, or just at some point. And then the Denver Broncos came back to beat them. So now it is the second largest comeback, because I can't remember who the Vikings were playing when Kirk Cousins did that to them.
We're getting our games mixed up right now.
Are we?
So you had it right. You said Bills, but then you changed it to Broncos. So
No.
The Bills had the comeback, or the choke.
Oh, the Bills. Yes.
It was 35-3.
What were we talking about the Broncos then?
I think the year prior, they were one game away from the conference championship, and John Elway marked.
Oh, but that wasn't the choke. That was just John Elway being John Elway. Yeah. Okay.
The choke was 35-3, and they lost.
Yeah, to the Bills. And okay, sorry, mistakes. But that was Warren Moon as a quarterback, and it was until 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, because it was December 2022, because I remember I was getting ready for a Christmas party, and I had to stop getting ready because I was like so excited about the comeback, the new comeback. Well, no, the Kirk Cousins 2 years ago.
Oh.
But the choke, I do not remember that. In 1993, I was 9 years old, and I was not watching the Oilers
choke
and lose to the Bills. I wasn't. I was probably playing Barbies inside my room or something. But
after that choke, they had another winning season. Kind of went downhill from there. Warren Moon eventually got traded to the Minnesota Vikings, and they drafted Steve McNair in 1995, right before they moved over to Tennessee to become the Tennessee Oilers.
For 2 years.
And
that's the end of your season. That's it? We went through all 7 pages already?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay. All right. So things that you didn't say that I have. Well, one is, we were talking. We're on the subject of them moving to being the Tennessee Oilers to 2 years, and then Tennessee Titans from now until, or from '99 till now. One thing was their last game in Houston. So this is one of the reasons they moved too. Like they had some they were played in the Astrodome, which I know more so as the location of Selena Quintanilha's last concert before she. That's all I knew him as. I just knew that Selena performed in the Astrodome a month before she was murdered. But they did play in the Astrodome, and even thinking about that, how dated that was. The Astrodome was pretty dated, I believe, and they had wanted upgrades. It would be like sticking an NFL team in the Alamo Dome right now. Like that place is just not it. And so their last game in Houston, so the Astrodome can hold 60,000, I believe, people. And their last game in Houston, 15,000 people were in attendance. And talking to somebody, they said that was what it was happening. It wasn't they weren't attracting people. They were giving away tickets, just trying to get people into the stadium. Yeah, because it was a losing team. I guess it just wasn't as exciting. There wasn't things weren't happening, and so then they got traded to Tennessee. What else I got in there? I don't think I have. Oh, I just put for my own reminders. I was writing their conference. They're the AFC South. This is just in general because I always have a really hard time with conferences and divisions and remembering all of those things. But they are the AFC South with Jags, Texans, and Colts. So we'll be seeing a division game when we go to Tennessee, which is exciting. Hopefully they'll be doing well. It'll be mid-season. We'll have a good idea of if I pay too much for these tickets. So, all right. That's it. Next time we will talk about the Titans.
Titans history.
So 1999 to present. Until then, Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Woohoo! It feels like that.